We met our next guest about 2 years ago. At that time, he had just muscled his way onto a fitness reality show right here on NBC. It was called Strong. Since then, Adam Von Rothfelder has continued to build on his fame. He's a trainer, a model, an actor, an entrepreneur.
Yeah, and we're happy to welcome Adam Von Rothfelder back to the yellow couch here on the Morning Blend. Good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
It's been a while.
It has been a
Living
while.
on the beach.
Yeah, thank you. I've been keeping my tan up. That's it's a lot easier in California than it is here.
Yeah.
Eggs?
It's free too with the vitamin D. Yeah.
True.
I like the eggs.
What do you think? Would you eat the yolk?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, athletes, the main reason why, to kind of put a little bit more science on your facts, is the egg is very high in leucine. So you need complete amino acids to complete a muscle foundation, like bodybuilding, anabolic foundation, which is the idea of building muscle.
That's what I was going to say, but I just thought it would sound better coming from you.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that's really nice, I'll tell you.
She doesn't know what she's talking
No.
about.
You know, but the other, it's okay. You sounded very good when you were talking
You
about
used to drink them raw, though. Didn't you do a whole egg raw?
Yeah, I used to do 12 eggs raw with a quarter cup of orange juice on the top of the egg, just to kind of give it like a flavor that it was palatable. But at that time, my cholesterol, I did that for 2 years. My cholesterol was completely normal. My blood pressure, I felt amazing. I would be satisfied for like 12 hours.
Well, I bet.
That's like 100 grams of protein.
Well, the amount of fat in it. Fat is extremely satiating, and there's, the idea of satiation actually comes from what is found in fat. There's a chemical that is like a satiation chemical, and that satisfies us.
But your smoothie recipe, which I love and still use, it has a little cayenne pepper. I don't know if you remember this.
Of course.
Kosher salt, 1 raw egg, your protein powder.
Yep.
I can't remember if you used water or like almond milk.
The Mayan mocha.
Yeah.
The Mayan mocha
but
smoothie.
Is it okay to have a raw egg usually?
100%.
It is.
Yeah, I mean salmonella. I mean, I'm not like the FDA or something, but I mean, let's put it this way: salmonella is in chicken, not in eggs.
Yeah.
Right, and they wash the outside of the egg, and it's refrigerated, and it's completely fine.
Okay.
You can actually, I mean, what's really interesting is that coating on the egg actually keeps the egg very fresh for weeks without refrigeration. It's not until you wash the egg that the egg has to be refrigerated.
Oh,
That's
interesting.
wild.
Of course, that comes after the big egg salmonella outbreak a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, well,
Details.
But then you also get like salmonella on spinach. So I mean, like,
True.
right? Like, and all these other foods that are around the processing of chicken.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Let's talk a little bit about you. So you're back in Milwaukee. You live in California now.
Yep.
What's going on with you? You have 2 daughters, so you're a busy dad too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I am.
Look at them.
Yeah.
They're
my
adorable.
little babies.
4 and
Oh,
3.
they're beautiful.
Yep. Azalea and Arrow, 4 and 3.
Oh.
This actually photo is taken on this beautiful Malibu ranch that we lived on for the first couple of months. We lived in this old shumaj, which is an Indian culture. An Indian tribe that it was in the West Coast in that area, the shumaj, and that was a old ranch that was part of this like Shumaj Indian tribe, and we lived in there.
Did you have any like cool things that happened while you lived there? Like,
so it was interesting. The coyotes almost on a 1 to 2 week basis would chew through our electrical, and we would be without electricity for like 2 days, and then they come and fix it. And then like 2 days later, they would chew through our electricity again. So for about 2 months, my wife and I and my kids lived in a 1-bedroom ranch that was about 700 square foot with no electricity about 70% of the time. So I mean,
get real resourceful real quick.
I mean,
Yeah,
my
you get
wife and
real
I, we
close.
slept on a couch for like 2 months while my kids slept in this king-size bed in the other room. Because I'm like, I need to sleep near the door. I'm like, there's like ox and lamb and like wolves like walking around outside. Like I'd walk outside and I'd pet ox and alpacas and all these crazy things because we lived on this farm.
Wild.
Well, and it's interesting because I feel like if anybody's going to fight off some wild animals, you will, because you're trained. You're a trained fighter.
I am a trained
and
fighter.
One of the things that you were featured for on Strong when you were on the NBC show was your movement techniques. And this is something that I always found interesting that you train people in, is that you think we don't have the ability to move as well as we should. And you really have these unique movements that you train people in to create better movement and functionality in their body.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely something I believe in strength and what I call like grace, right? In a way, like our ability to move is like a sign of grace, right? So when we think about grace, we think of like somebody walking like with a book on their head and like not spilling a cup of water or something.
I can do that.
Right. I bet you can. And but The reality of it is like just knowing how to move is graceful, right? When someone knows how to move very well, it is graceful. And I think that we all too often lack the priorities and the qualities of the movement to be sustainable in our life. Just as simple as picking something up, extending the arm overhead. You know, most people can't even straighten their arm.
Or bend it behind.
Right. And there's these things, and it's like we want to put stuff on the top shelf, but yet we can't even do that. So then we like hyperextend our back. There's all these things that kind of lead from these negative movements that we have developed.
Really quick, from your experience on Strong and all the work you do with fitness and helping people, gain strength, what do you think is the reason most people aren't able to lose weight or keep weight off?
You know, I think it's nutritional, right? Yeah. I said before, you guys asked me 2 years ago, you asked me what was one of the #1 fitness tips I could give somebody, and it was to work out less and eat better.
Yeah.
Right? Hormones are a huge response in our life. And right now, everybody's talking about these like fad diets, keto and, fasting. Hey, fasting is great, but breakfast is better. Right?
That's fascinating.
And you need to quick tell us, because I know something you wanted to say is, what is the best food to break your fast with?
Yeah, I mean, the best food to break your proteins. You need
Okay.
proteins, you need healthy fats, you actually need a balance of things, right? As we sleep, we get dehydrated. We're breathing for 8 hours. As we breathe, we expel water,
Humidity.
right? Yeah, humidity, right? So it's like we lose 2 to 4 pounds when we sleep. We're constantly dehydrated as a society because we're always looking to help our bodies with energy through the idea of coffee and energy drinks and soda and whatever it is. But the fact of the matter is we're not recovering.
Yeah.
So when we look at like breakfast, we think of it as a meal, but it's actually an action. Right? If you're you're breaking fast. So no matter if all these intelligent people that are out there, they're talking about, oh, I don't eat breakfast, I do intermittent fasting. And it's like, no, you still eat breakfast. If you didn't eat breakfast, you would die.
Right? It's just later in the day.
It's just later in the day. Whether you eat breakfast at lunch or dinner, breakfast does not mean waffles and syrup and peanut butter and cereals and milk and English muffins. What it means is to get the nutrients you need to set your hormonal profiles up accordingly. You don't want to have too much of one thing because you could cause an increase in cortisol, right? And then serotonin, and now you're depressed, and now you're craving sugar later on because of your insulin levels.
No, I want to eat more eggs.
Well, that's what I've been working on for the last year. I've been developing a product, and it's.
What's the name of it? Because we ran out of
time.
I want you to be able to share.
Yeah, actually, I brought you guys each one.
Oh, thank you.
This is strong. Right. This is strong coffee.
There you go.
And strong coffee. This is our first flavor, cafe latte. Okay. It has 15 grams of protein.
And collagen. Bovine collagen.
And hyaluronic acid. That's me.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Holding that guy.
Whoa!
You have too many clothes on.
Can you do that? Can you do that right now to Tiffany?
If she could do a human flag, I could totally do that. Can you do a human flag? That is the question.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, but I've been training, a lot of big people, and they're like, how do I break my fast?
You got to sum it up in 3 words.
The founder of Tom's and the founder of Upworthy invested in this, and I'm super excited. And if you guys aren't finding a new way to break your fast, this is the best way.
I like the collagen.
When can you come back? Because I have more questions.
I would love to come back anytime. I'm on a road tour for the next 3 months.
Can people find you online?
You can find me at Strong Coffee Company.
Okay.
Check out strongcoffeecompany.com and check me out at Instagram at Von Rothfelder.
All right, he's got lots of photos.
You got to come back because now I miss you.
I miss you guys too.
Great to see you.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Wear your sunscreen though.
I know. A little coconut oil, that goes a long way.